friends, happy February. I have my order here minus my free promos this month, so this is just what I paid for, and I can't wait to share with you because every time I research these products, I'm just amazed again at how good they are and how good they are for us and how easy it is to ditch the bad and switch for the good and really make a difference in your health. And it's just so easy because you're not really doing anything new, you're just switching things out. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is our CBD oil, and this is something that you definitely don't have to have, but you can add. And CBD is typically used for chronic pain, inflammation, sleep, and kind of anxiety and feeling calmer. So this is our liquid. The way I prefer to use it is drop it under my tongue, which is sublingual, so it's technically not ingesting. This is the cinnamon flavor, and CBD is something that the more you use it consistently, the more benefit you get. So it's not something you want to just try a couple times and then decide if it works or not. You want to give it a good month or two of consistent daily use. So source for your CBD is extremely important because the hemp plant will absorb all the heavy metals, the pesticides, everything. It'll clean it out of the soil and into the plant. So it's a great plant for crop rotation, but it means that you don't want that in your product that you're going to be using on your body. So you want to make sure that it's a company that's really, really particular about the purity of the land and the water and all of the ways that they're raising the plants. And this is a CBD only product. There's no THC at all in it. THC is what will show up on a drug test or what is kind of the psychoactive element in this. So this is completely safe for people that are drug tested or that just don't really want that, what they call full spectrum. But you do get the full spectrum benefits with this product because they add in the essential oils that adds that chemical complexity back to make the product work really well. So we also have a muscle rub, which is awesome, and like a soothe roller that helps with just kind of localized aches and pains. And then there's also a calm roller that's kind of got the oils in it that help with feeling calmness as well. So love our CBD. I love it for sleep. So another sleep aid that we have with Young Living is Sleep Essence. And we have two products with melatonin in them. This is one, the other one is ImmuPro. So this contains 3.2 milligrams of melatonin, and then it has essential oils, lavender, vetiver, valerian, tangerine, and rue. And so it's capsules, so you would take it in the evening or before you go to bed. Apparently you don't want to take melatonin and echinacea at the same time, but that's the only sort of caution. The other thing about melatonin is it induces sleep. It doesn't necessarily keep you asleep. So it's a great product if you have trouble falling asleep. But even if you don't, there's great reasons for using melatonin. So first of all, your body will not make melatonin if you don't sleep in a completely dark room. So you need to make sure your sleeping environment is conducive to that really deep sleep. Because your body is only going to heal and detoxify if you get into that really deep non-REM sleep. So sleep is incredibly important for our bodies to renew, repair, for our immune system to work. And melatonin is also necessary for your brain health. It does help detoxify our brain while we sleep. There's a lot of research on that. So melatonin is a great addition for a lot of reasons, but it really helps your body to detoxify and heal. So if you have any trouble getting to sleep, I would definitely recommend it, or if you just want to give your body a little boost in the immune system department, that could be helpful. This is jade lemon oil. I put it in capsules. It's also delicious. You can put it, use it as a flavoring in your water or anything else. The white label means it's definitely safe for ingestion. So it's a green lemon that comes from our farm in Taiwan, and it has similar chemicals to a lemon, but different amounts and different levels. So it can help with circulation, improving your white blood cell production. It can help improve memory and mood. Has lots of limonene in it if you want to research that one as well. So love all our citrus oils, but this one is especially good. So Essentialzyme 4 is one of our enzyme products, and enzymes are useful for digestion. And so it helps to digest our fats, our proteins, our fiber, and our carbohydrates. So this one works for both plant and animal, and to give us a complete breakdown of all those problematic foods. So it has dual time release technology because the animal and plant enzymes are necessary at different times in our digestive system for optimal absorption of those key nutrients and amino acids. So the plant-based capsule is designed to release immediately in the stomach where it's more acidic, broader pH, and that's where the plant enzyme breakdown and proper absorption tends to happen. And then the animal-based capsule, enzyme capsule, is formulated to delay its release into the lower intestine region where the environment's more alkaline. So digestive enzymes are a huge part of our digestive process. The older we get, the less we make them. Also, diet plays a role in how well we digest our food. So you can definitely take these with every meal, or up to 2 times a day is also a good option. Usually we're eating 2 large meals a day. An interesting ingredient in the plant-based capsule is phytase, and this ingredient is really important for anyone that eats a lot of plant foods, because it helps to unlock the mineral content in foods that contain high levels of minerals, which are things like grains, nuts, seeds, and we also, our body can't naturally break those down because they're insoluble and indigestible phytate complexes. So up to 90% of the magnesium and potassium and zinc in those foods are locked away by a phytic acid. So they can't be absorbed by our digestive system unless phytase is present. So it is important to have to help get the most out of your food. So you could be eating a great diet and not absorbing many of those nutrients from your food. So digestive enzymes are helpful. Young Living has several options. This is kind of the most broad spectrum, so that's a great one. And you can take it right at the start of your meal. Some of them are better if you take earlier. This one will work if you just take it kind of right at mealtime. So, and then next we have our Ningxia Nitro, which is our brain and just kind of overall little pick-me-up energy. It contains essential oils, herbs, caffeine from green tea extract, and cherry, kiwi, blueberry, bilberry, blackcurrant, and raspberry, cranberry, strawberry, and wolfberry juices mixed in, all those superfoods. It has essential and fatty oils. It has vanilla and chocolate essential oils. It has other oils that are great for energy and alertness and focus. It has 100% of our B12 and other B vitamins and iodine. It has D-ribose, ginseng, mulberry, and choline, which plays a role in memory and muscle control. So the only caution is that it can be stimulating, and so it could increase blood pressure and heart rate in sensitive people. But this is a great one, again, for just supporting the brain and supporting all those mental functions that we need to do every day. So the next one is the Thieves Scrub, and this was a new product last year, and I bought a separate one just so I could have one in the kitchen and one in the bathroom. It is ethically sourced minerals in it from Canada. It has baking soda, it has sodium percarbonate, which is kind of a natural bleaching thing, but it's not bleach per se, but you can put it like in your laundry as well. It's chlorine-free, all-purpose cleaner. It's safe for use on porcelain, ceramic, copper alloys, fiberglass, corian, brass, bronze, and chrome. But it's not for polished surfaces like mirrors. I have been using it on my glass cooktop and I haven't noticed a problem. But it's great if you need a little more scrubbing power than you just get from your straight Thieves cleaner. You can also just use baking soda as well. This just has a few more options in it and works really well. So especially cleaning things like ceramic tubs and sinks and that sort of thing, it really works super well. So it's so nice to have cleaning options, because really the only thing I use for 99% of my cleaning is Thieves cleaner, which is super cheap, smells great, it's safe enough that you can like stand in the shower and clean it, you can let your kids clean, and so it's nice just to have another option of a really safe cleaner. So cleaners are so bad for you. I mean, just breathing in the chemicals, they affect your hormones, they affect your lungs, they can induce asthma. Like, you really want all those chemical cleaners out of your house. So I've really gotten down to just Thieves. Occasionally I'll use something like hydrogen peroxide or white vinegar, baking soda, but none of the chemical nastiness is left in my house. So I love this option. And then the last thing is our mouthwash. So this contains colloidal silver and soap bark that helps loosen buildup to clean hard to reach places. And it's better than cleaning with just brushing alone. And I would recommend starting to do this first before you brush, because it's going to help loosen things up. I know it's kind of backwards from what we're used to. The other thing is, all mouthwashes are not created equal. So everything on our body, our mouth, our skin, our gut, it all has a microbiome, and you don't want things that are so harsh that they kill everything and disrupt what the body has kind of a natural balance going on there. So you don't want the really harsh mouthwashes, which are full of incredibly toxic things, and they will kill all the good and the bad bacteria. So please don't use store-bought mouthwashes. They're just one of the most toxic things you could put in your body. So this is a nice, gentler one that will help kill the bad, help keep your mouth healthy, keep that microbiome in balance so that you have good oral health. So this is one of Young Living's probably most beloved products. And everything with Young Living generally is very concentrated, so you can use a really small amount. You can even dilute it half and half. So one bottle will last for months and months. I know it doesn't look huge, but it really does go a long way. So I also want to talk briefly about, again, just kind of the ditching and switching process and how that affects your health, especially your hormones, but it affects the way your brain functions, it affects your hormones, it affects your lungs, what you're breathing in. Everything you put on your skin is absorbed into your body, and a lot of these chemicals in particular are hormone disruptors. So like in my shower, all my soaps, all my face washes, everything is Young Living. I do have a shampoo that's not Young Living that I kind of alternate with. That's a fairly clean brand, but everything else in the shower is Young Living. My face scrub, all of it. Then when I get out of the shower, I have all Young Living products again for my skincare, for my makeup, all of it. I do have a couple of hair products that Young Living doesn't make, so things like hairspray and mousse are not Young Living. Also, the Young Living mascara doesn't stay very well on my eyes. It ends up smudging, so a lot of times I will use a different mascara, but otherwise all the makeup is Young Living. So it just makes it super easy because I know Young Living has over 2,500 chemicals that they will not put in their personal care products. They have the absolute highest standards of anyone in the industry, and I know that they're really careful about where they source their ingredients as well. Additionally, Young Living's the only company that has millions of dollars in testing equipment, so they can test for what should not be in the product as well as what's actually in the product to make sure that it's actually safe, because they can't make everything in-house. So when they have suppliers that kind of use their recipes, they need to make sure that what we're getting back from them and selling is going to be actually what we think it is. So in addition, of course, to the essential oils, I use dozens of essential oils every single day as well. But it's just so nice to be able to get everything from one source. So when I start my day, I'm using, really dozens of Young Living products. And we're all using dozens of products in the morning to get ready as well. And it just matters where those come from. So when you think about how many products you're putting on your body and how many chemicals are in them, it really can add up very quickly. So do yourself a favor, especially if you have kids. It's great to start them out because the way children are raised in terms of what we put on our bodies, how we eat, how we are exposed to chemicals as kids does affect us later in life in our health. So it's good to start out as clean as possible with kids so that you're not giving them that extra toxin load, you're not disrupting their hormones from the start, and that will reap dividends down the road for them for sure. It's absolutely worth it. And again, I knew a lot of these things were bad. Like I knew the smells of the cleaners were just overwhelming and toxic. And if you look at your cleaners, they don't even list the ingredients, and they don't have to. They can hide things under fragrance, they can hide things under trade secret. So you don't even really know what you're breathing and what you're smelling and touching. Because when you clean your bathtub and then you get in your bathtub, you cannot get it absolutely clean from the cleaners. So then you're bathing in your cleaner as well. So there's just no way to avoid it all. But same with laundry detergent. That should be your absolute first switch out because you're touching your clothes all day long. Love the Thieves laundry detergent. So all these things, they do add up and they do sort of compile over time. Like the more that we overload our body with toxins in our environment, things that we can control, there are things that we can't control for sure, but we don't want to kind of get to that threshold where it kind of spills over into some major issue. So it's easy to just switch things out as you go along. And it's a process, it takes years. But once you have a good source, it does make it a lot easier, because that was the problem for a while, is where do you go? And a lot of the smaller companies that have made great products in the past sell out to, these huge conglomerate corporations, and they don't really care about quality or about ingredients. And so they can put words like pure and natural and organic on the label, but for most products that you use on your skin or in your home, those words mean absolutely nothing. So they make you think you're buying a nice kind of clean green product, and it's not that at all. So anyway, just a little plug for that. So Young Living makes it super easy, which I love. So hope that was helpful, and I will see you in March.